My name is Dr. Stephen Akintayo, and welcome to day 13. Remember, this of ours sold over $1 billion worth of real estate. The secrets in this particular book, right? And so I encourage you to get this book as there's so much to learn from the book. But I want to share one of the things I shared in the book, and that has to do with vision for big deals. I remember one of the countries that really helped me to start seeing real estate as a big deal was Dubai. When I got to Dubai, some of the properties I needed to sell were as high as $46 million. And the first thing I needed to do was to stretch my mind. I needed to stretch my mind. And the first thing I remember I said to myself is that I need, even if I don't have a $6 million, to think like somebody who can afford to buy a property worth $46 million. I need to see life like that. I need to think like that. I need to change my taste. I need to learn about luxury. In fact, I started a show called Learning Luxury because I then intentionally, because I was from a very, very humble background, right? And so I intentionally had to work on my exposure. I remember sharing how I got my biggest breakthrough in 2015 in business. And you won't believe I didn't buy a car, I didn't buy anything material. But that year I went to Dubai. That year I went to the UK. That year I went to the US. And I was going for conferences. I wanted to stretch my mind as far as your eyes can see. So you cannot sell $1 billion worth of real estate if your mind isn't stretched, right? You can't start doing big deals if your mind isn't stretched. Some of us intentionally were looking for cheap properties to sell because your mind is so small and you're saying, nobody can buy a property worth $1 billion naira from me. Nobody can buy a property worth $5 million from me. It's about the mind. Because let me tell you this, not everybody is struggling. Not everybody is poor. Not everybody is poor. Let me share a story with you guys. Somebody shared with me yesterday. Very, very humbling story. About one of his students, he teach about investing in Bitcoin. He was one of the early investors of Bitcoin and Ethereum in Nigeria. One of the earliest investors. As early can be. Right. And he was sharing about one of his students who put them into groups, and they're learning about different coins. And this woman, was at a praise and worship session, and she was just led to buy a particular coin. And she had first bought $100 worth because she wasn't really a rich person. I said, the Holy Spirit still told her, I said, buy more. She had to even borrow money and bought $500 worth. Hear this, guys. This is true story. These are living people. They are not a dead person, still alive, Nigerian. The $500 rose to $45 million. Read my lips. Read my lips. $500 increased to $35 million in less than 5 years. This person became big from $500. So, what am I trying to say there? Some people have money, sir. You see, all this concept about people are poor, and this is legit from just by a particular coin. So all this mindset that people are, everybody's suffering, things are difficult. Not everybody is suffering. Some people have this money. Even the teacher that was telling me said, even him was like, oh boy, this is another level. Because he didn't buy that particular coin. It was an old coin. Right? People have money. and they have the money to invest in real estate. Well, okay, what do you think were one of the key things this woman put her money into? Properties, of course, in Ikoyi. If she wasn't going to buy cheap property, she was buying property in Banana Island. She needed to put some of it in real-time assets, high net worth. So to come and think, I remember when my wife started selling properties in Banana Island, Ikoyi, she would go meet, landlords selling properties, and they would tell her, this property we're selling for $1 million. And in my mind, who will buy $1 million? You know what? 2 years later, she's reaching back to the same people and they say it's sold. And she had to first of all say, I need to, there's a need for a brainwashing of my mind to know that there's money and not all of it is illegal. There are legit raw money and there are people willing to do business. So that's the beginning, and that's the major conversation I want to have with you today. Stretch your mind. Whatever you have to do. If you need to start talking with real wealthy people, talk to them. People who will. I met a man one time and we got talking. He said as far back as 2013, he was already doing $20 billion. He was into oil. I just say, Lord, a year in transaction. So, stretch your mind. Stretch your mind. If you're watching this, I want you to type stretch your mind. Type it, just try. Put your name, Stephen. I will stretch my mind. I will stretch my mind. There's money and people have it and they're ready to do real business with you. Just stretch your mind. So, what's my assignment for you today? I want you to go and watch a video of 10 properties in the world that is not less than $40 million. Just watch it first. Because one of the things that I then started doing, even though I yet didn't have customer for it, I started going to properties that were premium. I went to one particular property I was to sell. The bathtub alone was bought for over $500,000. Bathtub where you shower. My mind shook. The bed was made by Bentley. Same thing with the diners. Bentley only makes car, but Bentley made special. Oh boy. But as soon as my mind stretched, my tongue followed. And it was a matter of time. My hands started touching small. I'm touching small now. So go and watch at least 10 videos of properties in the world that are not less than $40 million. Google it, you will see them. Just begin to introduce yourself to luxury with that. Will you do it? Number 2 assignment. I want you to pick some of the most expensive properties GTX is selling and push it out. You see, you need to know that a lot of us who are claiming we don't have high net worth people is because you've not called them forth. How do you call them forth? Offer the product that only high net worth people can afford. Hear this. When I started pushing out very expensive products, I realized, hear this, that people couldn't afford. Let's say I was promoting a property worth $5 million. Suddenly, I started getting people say, don't you have something of $2 million? But when I was selling a property of just $200,000, what was I still getting? People say, don't you have the one of $100,000? You see my point? You will attract customer to the level of the quality of product that you sell. So wake up. Stretch your mind. I love you. I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I hope you've enjoyed day 13.